No,
I absolutely...
Talking about it.
Jen, let me say something.
Welcome back to World Have Your Say. Now, we did say a little while ago that we're going to bring you a film from Lagos in Nigeria about its image around the world. But to be honest, this is such a compelling discussion that we've decided we'll bring you that film next week, and we're going to carry on discussing this for the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. And just before the break, we were talking about this word cloud, which we made from our Facebook thread. And the words that really stuck out from it, we were talking about stigma, dress, blame, afraid, media, ashamed, fault. I want to put that now to Sian Hall, who's a criminal law solicitor from Salford in the north of England. Sian, I know you've been listening to the conversation that we've been having so far, and I just think from a legal perspective, do you think when we look at those words that people are talking about, that the law does enough in the UK to protect victims of rape?
There are considerable safeguards that are available to victims once complaints are being made, and perhaps the current social media will perhaps highlight what is actually available to victims, right from making that initial complaint, the statement is taken. That's actually done by video. It's done in a place where the victim feels safe and they feel that they're able to talk about their experience. Once the matter proceeds to court again, safeguards are put in place to ensure that they feel safe, they feel able to give the best evidence that they can, whether that's providing their evidence behind a screen so they cannot see the person who's accused of attacking them, whether they would feel happier giving their evidence by way of a television link so they're not even appearing in the same court as them. There has been a great deal of discussion about what they will be asked. Can they be asked about questions regarding their sexual history? And again, those are matters that are carefully considered. There is protection there, and certainly limits are put on as to how a victim is treated.
But Sian, if you look at the statistics of the number of people who are convicted for rape in the UK compared to the number of complainants, and also on top of that, the number of people who are raped, who never even go to the authorities, there is huge criticism of the court process in this country, that victims, people who've survived this ordeal, almost have to go through the ordeal again in court. They're asked about what they wear, how much alcohol they might have consumed, how short their skirt was, how much makeup they were wearing. Yet the person who is accused of this sometimes doesn't even take the stand, isn't even cross-examined about their sexual history or their sexual preference. Surely this has to change.
I mean, you've asked quite a few questions there, but breaking it down, first of all, in relation to having to give evidence, then yes, initially the complainant will give an account that is recorded. That's so that the police can then investigate the matter, and a person who's accused of that offence will then also be interviewed by the police so that they can obtain an account from him. Once all the evidence has been collated, and that doesn't just necessarily include those accounts, it may also include other witness statements, other forensic evidence, then a decision will be made by the Crown Prosecution Service if there is sufficient evidence to prosecute. Now, if there is, and if the accused is denying the allegation, then there must be a trial in respect of cases in England and Wales. Yes, it is correct that the English legal system is such that the victim will have to give evidence, and I've explained the safeguards that there are in place already. In relation to the defendant, he does not necessarily have to take the stand, but equally a court will weigh that up when deciding whether the defendant is guilty or not guilty. So they will take that obviously into account. But
I want to bring Daphne back in because time is somewhat against